So Nintendo apparently uses Internet Explorer for their Twitter page, tweeted a bunch of things a while ago. Finally, they all came out at the same time, bang, bang, bang. And that's pretty much what just happened, because we just got 3 bombshell tweets from Nintendo that are huge. Like, these are big tweets, like, with big amounts of information in them, but they were all at the same time, and that's very odd. So basically in this video, I'm going to be going over what the tweets were, why we got them now, and pretty much giving you my quick thoughts. Now, first of all, disclaimer, this is going to be an unedited video recording, because I just need to get my thoughts out there before these things become irrelevant, and I know they won't become irrelevant. Like, as I said before, these are big information deposits that Nintendo is just giving us now randomly for some reason. But I just want to get this video out for you guys because I want to give you my thoughts pretty much before everyone else has already talked about the subject to death. And that's pretty much what happens with every news thing, because I'm very slow at editing, so I'm just not going to edit it. But obviously, yeah, bear with me here as I try and discuss my thoughts for you guys, and yeah. So the first tweet, it was about Nintendo Switch Online coming in September of 2018. Now, for me, this was a great tweet. This was my second favorite out of the bunch, and it's very nice to know that it's coming in 2018, because I know that they said it was coming in 2018, but then keep in mind, they also said it was coming in 2017, and I mean, look where we are now. It's very good to see that it's coming later this year, and it's just nice to have that confirmation. Not only know that it's coming later this year, but just to know that it's coming, like, specifically in September. That's exactly when it's coming, and I think this is actually great news for anyone who wants Mario Maker on Switch. And quickly, I'll explain why I think that is. Because in E3, right, is when E3 is coming up in June, okay? So that gives them like 3 months between E3 and like about where we know the Switch Online will launch. We don't know exactly when it launches, but you guys get the gist. It said September in the tweet, so we're going off that. Everyone knows that the Switch Online needs a game to launch with, because this is kind of what they did with the app in Splatoon 2. They're just going to want a game to launch with, a game that's already made a name for itself, and that way people will be like, hey, this is why I should buy such and such online service. So basically that game is going to be Mario Maker 2. Probably. It could possibly be a deluxe. Obviously, it could be something else. I mean, we're talking about a company that makes cardboard accessories now, so I cannot predict anything. But, yeah, I think it'll be Mario Maker 2 for a couple of reasons. One, Mario Maker is pretty much its own established brand at this point. I mean, with the Wii U game, 3DS game, both selling amazingly, and not only that, getting a cult following too. Second of all, I mean, it goes off the Mario brand, so even if you haven't heard of the Mario Maker games before, I mean, just if you know what Mario is, which is pretty much everyone, you know what Mario Maker is because of just common sense. So yeah, I mean, it's already established its own brand, whether it's through just the name alone or the first game, and so people will be like, I want to be able to make my own Mario levels. Also, I think that this game or Smash would be the game it launches with, or possibly Animal Crossing, but I don't think that's possibly coming September. I don't know, but I don't think that's coming September. So anyway, Smash or Mario Maker, and I don't think they're gonna say, hey, there's Smash, and then release it literally 3 months after that, but I think they'd be fine doing that with Mario Maker. Anyway, that's my quick thoughts on tweet number 1. Here, let's move on to tweet numero dos, which is about my favorite thing, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Boom, no, it's not Deluxe. See, this is why I'm doing it unedited. Mario Kart, what is it, Tour? Mario Kart Tour? Yeah, okay, just looked it up, paused the recording, came back. Mario Kart Tour is what it is called. I should probably know that. But yeah, basically it's a mobile Mario Kart. Mario Kart is one of my favorite series, okay. Series of all time. That's not a word. Okay, take 2. Mario Kart is one of my favorite series of all time, and I really, really want this game to be like the actual Mario Kart. Like for Animal Crossing, Fire Emblem, and Mario, just Mario Run, I was like, okay, obviously they're not going to make these like the original series. I mean, they'll have elements of them and it'll look like the original series, but it's not going to be the same sort of gameplay style. And for pretty much all of them, they've surprised me, except for Mario Run, where it was straight from the formula actually a lot, because it's auto running, which is not what Mario's about at all. But doesn't matter. So for the other two, at least, Fire Emblem Heroes and Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, they were actually very similar to their mainline games. And if Mario Kart can be like that, but even more, yes, please. Also, my one hope for this, which I know isn't going to happen, but my one hope is that, first of all, there are two things that I know are going to happen with this game that I really don't want to happen. First of all, in-app purchases. I can understand it in Animal Crossing. I can understand it in Fire Emblem. Heck, if they put it in Mario Run, I could even understand it there. It just seems so... that you don't put that in a Mario Kart game. Maybe that's my bias because it's my favorite game series of all time, but... yeah, that I don't get it. Like, how would an in-app purchase system work in Mario Kart? Like, you could get more gold to customize your cart? That would be cool, but you should be able to get that without paying real-life money. Also, my second thing is, I already know this is going to happen. Please don't implement a fuel system. For those of you who don't know what I'm referring to, which I'm assuming is most of you, because a fuel system is quite generic, it's like an energy system, basically, where you get, like, maybe... one energy point, we'll just use that, every hour, and it takes like 5 energy points to do a race or something like that, or maybe one energy point every 10 minutes, and it takes 5 energy points to do a race, and you cap out at like 50 energy points. So that would suck so much, because, well, no one's gonna want to play then, because if you want to play for a long time, like play like maybe 10 or so races in a row, you either can't, or you have to spend in real life money to get more energy. They have systems of this in like a lot of mobile games, like Madden Mobile. It's like the energy in that, and that would just suck so much, dude, if you put that into Mario Kart, because I could see them doing it too, because it's like a fuel system. That's why I was saying fuel instead of energy, because like, you know, go-karts fuel. That would just suck so much. Anyway, that's basically my thoughts on that. Please don't put in those two things, even though I believe they will be there. But I'm excited for the game nonetheless. It will be interesting, to say the least. Hopefully it will be fun. Hopefully it'll hold my interest more than the other Nintendo mobile games. And if it does, oh my god, I will be so happy. Anyway, third and final thing. This one, I don't really know how I feel about it. The Illumination studio, the studio that does the Minions thing, is actually making a Mario movie. And we knew about this a bit before through, I don't know if it was a leak rumor or just like a, yeah, I think it was a rumor. But, I mean, it was very credible at the time. Like, everyone kind of took it as fact. And now it is fact. So, hooray. I mean, Illumination is a good studio. I hear people give them so much shit for just the Minions, and while I admit they made a cash grab with the Minions and even some of the later Despicable Me movies, the first Despicable Me movie was quite funny, and the second one was pretty good as well. If you can look past the semi-annoying Minions, then you'll find a pretty charming and funny movie with good characters, interesting cast, pretty funny writing, great animation. Like, the animation is really nice to look at. And I hope they're able to do this again with Mario. However, it really depends. Obviously, most people are thinking that it'll be some sort of dynamic, like, hopefully Illumination listens to Nintendo and allows Nintendo to put in their creative feedback. But for me, hopefully, I'm kind of hoping it's the other way around, and Nintendo lets Illuminations put in their feedback, because Nintendo obviously owns Mario. They're going to get pretty much a say in every single frame of the movie, what's going on. But I kind of hope they just let Illuminations do their own thing and see what they come up with, and then trim it down from that, because, I mean, instead of the other way around, I feel like those guys over at Illuminations, they've come up with some pretty good movies. I mean, obviously, Minions, but like The Secret Life of Pets, I know it's basically Toy Story with pets, but that's not what we're talking about now. All those movies are pretty charming, they're pretty nice, and I feel like if given the right property like Mario, they could make something truly special. And I don't want Nintendo, which you guys know Nintendo has a reputation for like limiting younger creativity sometimes. I mean, they've gotten away from that in recent years, but you guys know that reputation back from like the early 2000s. I hope that thing doesn't really show up in this movie. However, obviously, I totally get that if they decide to do that, because it's their property, it's their IP, their moneymaker, and they don't want it tarnished like it kind of was in that original Mario movie that we don't speak of. Anyway, that's basically what I have to say. Also, why was this not in the Direct in January? This is basically my thought process here, right? Labo, this stuff, put it in the Direct in January. Then you don't have to call the January Direct a mini, and my phone just went off. Then you don't have to put the mini label on the January Direct, and you can put in Labo, a huge announcement. This stuff, huge announcements, and all the other games on top of that were already announced in the mini Direct, and people would be happy. But now, because you didn't do that, you get all these weird sporadic announcements that are awesome, but a little bit weak on their own. I mean, it just seems very random. And then with the actual Direct, there's Funky Kong. Bum bum bum. Yeah, that's basically my thought process. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I am so tired. I've recorded this like 2 times because, like, you know, the whole not cutting thing, which I don't know. I mean, I don't like making videos like this. I like to make the best quality content I can, but like I need to get this video out because I need to let you guys know how I think about this, because this is all big news. Anyway, I'm gonna be making more videos on these topics in the future, so stick around if you're new and want to hear stuff like that. Anyway, I'm Thomas from the Switch Stop, signing off. Peace, guys.